right, we're here. We'll go through everything. We had a good Valentine's Day weekend situation. So we'll go through the indices for the week. Look at the best worst sectors, best worst stocks. Let's pull that up actually. All right, we'll get that going here. All right, we got them here. I'll pull here. And then we'll go through the trades, which it's not the proud moment here. When you play earnings and lose, it is not pretty. We'll talk about the trades and what we'll do moving forward. We will do an earnings scan. We'll play the other side of earnings, not actual earnings. And then take a look at anything that might be shaping the week. So I guess we can go ahead and get started. Oh yeah, we got Jeeves in the chat. Let's go. I have to open up the chat. Oh yeah, we need to multi-stream. I forgot about this. We must multi-stream so I can use my emotes. Yeah. Something wrong because the audio was all messed up when I came in here.
Cable A.
Well,
Microphone.
Well, this is the microphone. I had to go back in here. I had the playback, and then it was going to cable A for the playback, which isn't right. So I put it on my headset, and then I went to recording. That's still on cable.
Double click on it.
And then I went to listen, and then it
change that to.
No,
it's supposed to be your earphones.
Well, is it supposed to be directly? Because I came in here and said default, and then
you don't ever want it default. You always want it. Always needs to be listening. Your headphones.
I can still hear now.
Yeah,
okay.
That doesn't change.
Okay. Well, let's see here. 2 kitties. I'm distracted to no end.
Good night.
We saw the one kitty. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, this is an all black kitty. Ooh. Oh yeah, it's like Siksa. Big black cat. Wow. There might have been... Oh, this is the one with the white feet. Yeah. This looks like a pregnant one. Look how low the belly is. Yeah, the second one looks pregnant. Yeah, but its belly's low. If you look at the belly, it's super low. Oh, kitties. Hope they have a home. Can't take care of all the kitties. I want to take care of all the kitties, but I can't take care of all the kitties. All right, let's get to it. Drinking the water. Oh yeah, we need to get a water. We'll get to that though. Let's get to the stream here. Oh, there's the chat. Well, we have to go next door. Oh, I got my things going. I got them going. All right. So here's what we got for the week. These are the cash markets. I think these slightly differ from the other indices, but it's an easy graph to get to. So, there you go. NDX is up 2%, 2.9%. SPX 1.4. The Dow up 0.55%, and the Russell kind of holding it even. Let's take a look over the month. Everything's still up, so still bullish. 3 months, the Russell's still down. Let's see, year to date, we're up. I mean, we're up year to date. And you just go long term, everything's bullish, right? And the of note, I think, is that the Nasdaq finally broke out. So if we pull up, let me get Trading View up here, get the right chart. Let me take a look here at the tippy top. I didn't save the actual breakout. I should have took a picture of it. I'll keep that line. Actually, there's 2 lines there. Those are okay. I can bring this up now. It's kind of hard to see, but so this line originally went from the tippy top to about here. So you can see in this region here, we kind of broke out of this sideways consolidation, moving higher. It only has a few hundred more points to get up. So we'll see what happens. Markets do open today. At least the Globex will open. So there will be trading on this. We'll see if it makes it to its all-time high. The markets are officially closed on Monday, so the markets will officially open, I think. We're looking at like 6 p.m. East Coast time, 3 p.m. West Coast time on Monday. That's the official situation there. So our trading this week is really kind of Monday through Friday, because of the President's Day holiday on Monday. But yeah, I think that's to note. And you know, we didn't make any lower lows. I saw that happening. I was kind of preoccupied with stuff. Didn't really catch this break, unfortunately, the way I should have. I don't think I noticed it till somewhere in here. I was like, oh man. Didn't really capitalize on that one. What a crazy consolidation that was for a few months. You got to pay attention to that. Like, you got to pay attention when it finally breaks, which I think is bullish. Like, everything's still up, so you can't say the market's going down yet. I don't think it's telling you. The breadth is a little, like, when you look at what's up and down on the day, each day, it's not. There was one day, let me pull that up. So there was one day where the breadth was pretty good. So going back to the 13th, it was really good. You had almost all sectors in the green. You had a lot of things at, you know, making some big gains on the day. Friday, there was 1, 2, 3 sectors up. So it wasn't, you know, it's not broad-based every day. The 12th, there were 3 sectors. Well, 2 sectors in the Qs. The 11th, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sectors in the green. So breadth is kind of wonky, but the market, there's no persistent sellers. So we're not getting, you know, we're not getting that downdraft. You know, even with these big bars like the tariff news and DeepSeek, and none of that's shaking the market. It's not shaking anybody out. So yeah, it is still in a range. I mean, until it really breaks this high, then, which I think it'll do, that's my opinion. It's only a few hundred more points to go, so kind of like in the name of gold. That also made new highs this week. GLD. So we made a new high in gold. Do I have? I do have it here. So the high in gold was 29.69. That's funny. And it sold off a little bit, but 3,000 is probably in its cards. It's so close. And it's like a psychological level, so we'll see what happens there. I wish this showed the whole week. This didn't quite break out as strongly. The ES did not. Neither did the Dow. and neither did the Russell. So these two still have some time to go. They're not really making new lows, so they're exhibiting a similar pattern, but we'll see the week shapes up for that. So yeah, those were the markets of the week. Let's go take a look at the sector performance. I'll figure out one day how to not have all these things on here to begin with, so we'll figure that out. So on the 5-day, we have SMH at the top, XLK, XOP surprisingly, communications, materials, energy, oil and gas services, staples. That's interesting. That's always a slow grind though. IWB, I forget what that one is. IWB. That's the Russell 1000. Okay. The representative of the Russell, utilities, consumer discretionary, ITB I think is home builders. Yeah. Gold was down on Friday, but it's up on the week. The month to date, yeah, it's still, gold is still up. And then if you look longer term, so 1 month, communications, financials, still utilities, technology's creeping up there. So the things you see over and over again are like communications and financials. Look at the last 6 months. It's like Amazon and Tesla still holding that up. Must be. Buy. XLK, that honestly looks like it's trading sideways the past. How long has that been trading sideways? Right about here. December. And again, kind of broke out. SMH is kind of sideways because Nvidia's not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere till earnings, most likely. Or maybe there's a push into earnings, but I don't know. I think we're just waiting for those numbers. So let's go to 1 month. So mid-January to mid-February, we have gold, communications, financials, tech. It's just like what, Apple and Microsoft. Those haven't been doing well. Microsoft hasn't been doing great. So communications, financial, so we'll keep those in mind when we go look for ideas. The top stocks, top gainers of the week, listed by market cap. Let's go to volume. Volume's cool. Yeah, Intel beat Nvidia last week. Did we take a flyer on Intel? Man, we already did Intel, yo. Oh. I don't know, something's up with Intel. We'll write it down though. So we have XLC, XLF to look through. INTC kind of stands out. Nvidia would stand out more, but it does have earnings, so anything can happen on earnings. Private aviation platforms. Arrange private jet travel with AI. Oh, that's cool. Oh. The volume's intriguing. I mean... Then Palantir, but I feel like I missed the boat on Palantir. SoFi, we still have a position in SoFi. That's interesting though. Let's do it by market cap. So Apple, 1 week. Nvidia, Meta. I think we have to add something from this list into the portfolio. Like I've never really carried these items. in any meaningful way. So we're going to have to figure out these two. So weekly gainer, do mega cap. Look at the losers. Back. Go by market cap. Microsoft, Amazon. Oh, that's interesting. Aren't these in the gainers though? Oh, that's today. Let's do the week. DSM. This is really hard to trade. Like I was in a trade for this. It's not fun to trade. Oh, American Express. Huh. Expensive stock. Disney. See here. I sorted it by percent loss. Probably don't want to be like in these numbers. Oh, 30% in a week? Jeez. Huh. 20%. Some of this may be earnings related too. What's this one doing? Just getting killed, yo. What's going on here? Yeah, cosmetic brands, like, I mean, it's kind of sad. Like, the beauty industry, they have such high profit margins. Like, what's going on? Still listed as a buy for this website. They still think there's upside. It was $30 at one point. It's just never recovered though. It was way up here and it's never gotten back. Go back to page 1. I slowed down a whole percent. There's some big names down last week. Wonder if this is not. They're breaking up the company. I have to look at how they're doing that. All right. Okay, so there's GE. There's GEV and there's GE Healthcare. Okay. The utility. Yeah, they talk about the need for energy for AI. I just think, like, in the long term, you're going to need more energy anyway. If you want to fuel innovation, if you want to fuel the future, you know, when we went through, like, the Industrial Revolution, that required energy. The next revolution is going to require energy. I don't care what the revolution is, how it's going to happen, you're going to need more energy, whether it's more people, whether it's this or that. It's all going to require more people. Zoetis was down 8%. Profit revenue, so their earnings weren't great.
Zoetis closed lower today after reporting Q4 earnings this morning. Meantime, Zoetis says it just got approval from the USDA for its avian flu vaccine for poultry. Joining us now for an exclusive interview is Zoetis CEO Kristin Peck, and she joins us on set. Welcome. It's great to have you here.
Thank you. It is great to be here, especially after such excellent results and the great news of our conditional licensure of our high-path avian influenza vaccine for poultry.
So I do actually want to start right there because we've seen what egg prices are doing in the midst of this bird flu. We've seen it spread to other types of animals. We've seen it spread even to some humans. We've seen it show up in the inflation data just this week. What does this vaccine mean, and how quickly can it be deployed?
Sure. I mean, what we've seen is a significant impact to the poultry industry from high-path avian influenza across the globe, but certainly in the U.S., especially in the layer population, which is driving the increase in the egg prices. We've also seen it, as you know, in dairy cattle, and it's now in humans. So it's very One Health. We've been working with the administration and with Congress, and we're very excited today to get the licensure for it in poultry, which we think will be a tool that we will help support the government as they, deem necessary. So we'll continue to do whatever the government wants there.
How big is that opportunity in livestock, in poultry, when you think about vaccines and health? I mean, I sort of came ready to talk to you about pets, and we'll get to that as well. But when we're talking about something like avian flu, what could that opportunity mean from a market standpoint?
Given that pet care is our largest business, over 65% of our business, livestock is not as large. So we don't see it as an important, significant impact overall to the bottom line of getting that. It's really important to our customers and most importantly to our purpose, to support, and nurture the world and nurture human health. So that's really much more it has to do with. It's not going to make a significant impact for us on the bottom line, but it really will support our customers
human health?
As they need it.
So let's talk about cats and dogs.
Yes.
And in particular, I'm wondering demographic shifts and maybe psychographic shifts. There's been so much that the luxury consumer, the higher end consumer has been powering in this market. And you got to have a certain amount of money to do sort of medication for your pet with more advanced and serious diseases. What are you seeing trend-wise, maybe even with those pandemic pets that got purchased and the percentage of pet owners who are willing and able to provide that kind of care?
Yeah, what we're really seeing is how essential and resilient the animal healthcare industry is, and that's because of the human-animal bond. It's not just the number of pets, it's who's adopting them. And to your point on the trends, it's more millennials and Gen Z. And they see their pets as critical members of their family. And they want them to be treated with the same, health care that they get treated with. And that's what's really been driving the double-digit growth for us across key franchises, such as our OA Pain franchise, which grew in 2024 80%. As you look at our, Simparica or parasiticides franchise, growing 28% and 17% in dermatology. They're taking better care of their pets. They're much more engaged in their pet's life. And we think it's really a resilient and enduring driver of the growth for Zoetis.
Is there going to be a GLP-1 type effect for pets at some point? Not necessarily specifically that, but a life enhancement.
Well, our biggest areas of focus right now in our pipeline that we really think are going to be disruptive and game-changing is chronic kidney disease, which is going to be a $3 to $4 billion market. And we mentioned at JP Morgan that we're expecting a product there in the 12 to 36 month. That is really one where for both dogs and cats, there are no treatments in animal health approved today. Also oncology, which is where you see it in human health, which was going to be a 1.2 to 1.7 billion. What we really guided to is we're expecting an approval every year for the next several years, and these are going to be blockbuster products. And I think what's really important is these provide drivers of our growth over the short, medium, and long term.
So you have a robust pipeline. I am curious how you're navigating trade policies, especially as we're having conversation, just the latest today, and we don't know when or if or how those get implemented, but reciprocal tariffs that the president talked about this afternoon. Yours is a global business. How do you navigate it?
Yeah, so I mean, what we've done is very similar to many companies. We've had, teams working over months to be tracking some of this and to really understand what the potential implications are. It is fast moving and it's evolving. And so as we said when we gave our guidance today, we're not baking that in since we don't know when and exactly how much. But we've been doing scenario planning like many companies and, stand ready to try to help address and mitigate whatever we can.
How quickly could you move production from one country to another or stand it up in order to adapt to that?
Well, we're a highly regulated industry, and it takes, multiple years to be able to move a product. Or honestly, it's not just a product. It even could be an input. So this is a very global supply chain as you think about both human and animal pharmaceuticals.
Well, we'll see if it keeps making new lows. We'll see. Because right now it's not. This is probably a buying opportunity. Lots of volume here. Like, look at this green bar. I mean, like the next day was a red bar, but it wasn't as big as the green bar. So there might be at least a gap close, which is $20. If it got above that line, you got something there. Like they said, people take care of their pets, man. This way back there in February of whatever 2013. I didn't come in the market till here. Should have bought Zoetis here. That's interesting though. A lot of big names on this loser list for last week. Coinbase too. Coinbase fell after earnings. I don't know when Microsoft's gonna pull it back up again. Like Microsoft, it's not like it's still a $400 stock. Like, it kind of looks like the Nasdaq, except worse. It's not performing the same. Yeah, and they're spending a lot of money on AI. Like, that needs to pay off. They need to show that that's... I think they need to show that that's paying off. Because right now, What's the implied volatility on Microsoft? Is it like 0 because it's just trading sideways? Yeah, it's kind of low. What call ratio is low, though? It's just trading in this range. It's interesting, though. I don't know what to do with this information yet, but let's look at Amazon. Although with all this tariff talk, I mean, doesn't half the stuff on Amazon come from China, like, or more? Still a really good chart, though. I mean, you can't deny this dinosaur chart. Like, this thing, woo, let's go. Let's see, AMZN. We just went for this. 20 delta. And it's a bit to just sell puts on it. Probably cheaper to buy it. We did covered stock. Yeah, it's cheaper to buy it. It's cheaper to do the covered call. So you could get, like, you can go out to 235. I might consider that because I want to add a mega cap that I either buy the shares, do a cover call, or sell a put. You know, maybe even because I have TQQQ, which I'm going to keep playing. You know, maybe something like a Walmart too could be. It's not as expensive, but it's also not necessarily correlated with the Qs. But this is a good chart though. I mean, and earnings are far away. And we're coming into support on like the 50. We could add I mean, it's not a green bar, but this one was. It went green and green. But it is hitting support. It's near this level. Like, this could be an opportunity to buy, even if it just went back up here and stayed in a range. So this could maybe be a play for the week. We'll see. Unless there's something fundamentally wrong. American Express is also interesting. I don't know how I'd play that though. It's kind of expensive. Oh, we shall see what Tuesday brings. Yeah. I have some ideas on that front. So, all indexes are up. Gold is up. We're looking at communications and financials still being up. Consumer discretionary is lagging, so Tesla, Amazon are bringing that down. Tech is up probably because of Apple and Nvidia. But generally the big things that drive the market are still up, so kind of a bullish bent to it all. And the Nasdaq kind of broke out of its downtrend, so with a few higher points left. Let's see where it goes. See if it go higher and higher and higher. That's what we'll keep looking for. All right. So the trades. Don't really want to do this, but kind of have to. Let me get it up and running here. Traded earnings. Just gonna warn you now, it's not good. Don't trade earnings. Unless you have a real strat or real info. Yeah, not good. So if we did the 1st to the 12th, let's just do that. So we're going to look at the good stuff first, then we're going to look at the bad stuff. So even going out to maybe the 13th. So the stuff I'm pulling off was good. 2 big days. And these were just rolling puts. And this was a cover call. So was able to pull off things from the portfolio. Making some forward progress. There's a Teva position that was dragging me down. But then I decided to do earnings. And in 2 days, it reversed all of this work. So let's take a look at that. Oops. So we want to go from here. Whoops. So from here, here, apply. And this is why we don't trade earnings. Granted, the butterflies do have, man, that's bad. It's so bad. So butterflies do have the risk reward. So, you know, you pay a certain amount. Technically, if it lands in the range on the Friday, it's a 2-to-1 ratio. However, on earnings, things die spectacularly. They don't just die like, oh, a little bit, you know. No. You will experience a full loss. I tried doing these in the paper account. They seem to be working. But again, earnings is a crapshoot. You don't know. You don't know where it's going to go. And in fact, with this trade, if it even goes the direction you think, if it falls outside the range, you're still losing. So until I have, you know, the bajillion-dollar account, this probably isn't happening again. We need to go back to basics. We need to go to the things that were working, not the things that weren't working. Sadly, we can't do those yet. It's not our trade yet. So maybe revisit it someday when we have money to light on fire. Because right now we don't. And the sad thing, you just don't know with earnings. Like, you don't know. Like, Reddit, the one thing that was bad with their earnings was that they didn't have the user growth that was projected, and so just sold off. Everything else is good. Revenue, all these other things are good. Earnings per share, but it got sold. You know, it's just, and that's the thing with earnings. It's like, up until that point, everything's been built into the price. After that, they give you some new information. We have to refine what that price is. And so playing that is just so difficult. So let's label them. That's all we could do. I'm intrigued by the butterfly, though. I think maybe you could do it as like a weekly trade where you pick something like an index and, okay, you have the expected move for the week. Great. You know, you can put the trade on, wait till Friday. Maybe you get a 2-to-1. Or maybe you just lose everything you put into it. So it's a pretty spectacular loss when you lose. I have to go back through all the earnings trades. The last ones on Friday did not do well, so I also did in the paper trading account. I did everything that was on a list. So I did Roku, Win, Airbnb, AppLovin. That one actually went blasted through the butterfly, but then came back. That butterfly, what did I pay for that TQQQ butterfly? Oh, 50 cents. Oh, that's calendar. Wait, no. They bought a TQQQ butterfly too, just to test out like the earnings. So, and it was also hard to get out. I mean, at least in the paper trading account, that was hard to execute. Yeah. So, where's the TQQQ one? That wasn't the butterfly. Runtman. Runtman needs attention, everybody. Runtman needs the attention. They bought one butterfly for TQQ for $115 on Friday. What happened to it? Did it get sold? Did it ever get sold? So I bought, those are just calls. Sold. I don't know where that TQ, oh, it's still here. Oh no, so I ended up with just 100 shares. Okay. So it didn't execute. Then you end up with 100 shares. So then that's the other thing. You got to get rid of those. Those are like hot potatoes. Like if you don't want those shares, you better get out of that trade. So that's the other thing with that trade is like you're gonna get those shares. Where did I get them at 86? It's not terrible. What is it at 90 now? That's not bad. That's not the worst case scenario. So I gotta assign the shares in the paper trading account. Okay. Alright, see, that's what we needed to know. We needed to know those mechanics. That's what needed to be found out. Actually, I can do one other thing. And then we'll get into the remainder of the trades. Taking that loss though, I mean, if anything, the market's gonna keep you humble. It's gonna say, nope, you belong over there. you don't do it right, you get punished. That is all. Okay, well that was not a fruitful effort. Let's just keep going with the trades. I mean, if your account can take these kinds of losses, like, it could be worth it because the risk reward is there because you will make more, but you don't, any trade, I guess you don't really know what's gonna hit, what's not gonna hit. And like this one won, but it was like, hey, the fucking through everything. Like it went through the range. It pretty much went long on everything. Like I just said, okay, everything's gonna go up. So you're gonna get, it's a 50-50 shot. Like at best it's 50-50. How did I lose on this one? I thought this was a winner. Is that a loser? I gotta put this in an Excel spreadsheet. Oh, and then also it went over data, so that was cool. That was a loser. I wrote that down when it was a loser. Okay. Because it went up. I wasn't bullish enough on healthcare. Yeah, these aren't good. Like, what am I doing? What is this? Is like I just want punishment? Like that's kind of what, like, this chat. I'll do it so you don't have to. Oh, this was the mistake. I meant to sell a call. Accidentally bought a call. Don't do that either. Don't do that either. Make sure you check your order ticket. Okay. Lots of mistakes last week. Like, just... This is a covered call. Oh, that's Runtman. That's Runtman. What are you doing, bud? What do you want your mama to do? He's screaming. Could probably put him up here. He'll bug me for a minute, but then he'll lay on the, I have a heating pad. He could lay on that. Okay. Runtman! What are you doing, Runtman? You wanna be on the stream, Runtman? Okay, bye. Alright, buddy. Got him. Got the little kitty. 13 years old, everybody. There he is. He's part of the stream now. He's part of the stream now. What you doing there, Runtman? So you're on this camera, Runtman. You're on the camera now, bud. This is the kitty. This is the kitty that's on the picture behind me. The kitty. That's Runtman. Right here. Come here. Right here. Oh, it's nice and warm, huh? You might lay on it. Heating pad's right here. Heating pad? Oh, I think so. I think Kitty likes the heating pad. Front main. Hey, buddy. Want it hot? Go to level 3 for Kitty. Front main. Good. Okay, buddy. Alright, he should be settled for a minute. He might start walking around. We'll see. Alright, we'll keep moving on from here. This is a bag. This is a fun little bag to be holding. Did I redo this one? Oh yeah, so this is another covered call. Fun little bag to hold. Was this an earnings trade? Yeah, it was. Oh wow, I did Shopify. Okay. Hey, some of them were winners. Some of them were winners. That was the reason I put some of these trades on. Like, I tried them in the paper trading account, but in actuality, in reality, they're a little bit harder to manage. And they do take a lot of attention. So like when the market opens, you kind of have to figure out what the pricing is. They're not super easy to get in and out of. The prices fluctuate a lot. And technically their best payout is Friday, but like the Q trade, it's still a winner, but it wouldn't execute. You know, even on TQQQ, something as liquid as that. I mean, these are just base hits too. Like, we didn't even get the full range. So, like, earnings is always tempting because you see things move so much. It's like you get a week or a month move in 24 hours. But it's not my trade. Not yet. We're not there yet with that trade. This was like, I think, a vertical roll. Yeah, this was a vert roll. I rolled up the untested side on my TQQQ. It was at 50%, so I rolled it. That's what's been working. That's what worked up until that day. If I would have just kept doing that, now I've set myself behind an entire month. So, lesson out there for other people. Don't do that. Don't do it, Chad. And just the spectacular nature of the losses is like kind of mind-blowing. It's kind of like, I mean, not really. It is defined risk. It's not like you're gonna get blown out. You know what each side is, so you have a general idea of how much you're gonna lose if you're wrong. You know how much you're gonna make if you win. So, you know, in some respects, it's all the things work in theory, but in actuality, it's not as easy. And then you get tempted, oh, some of these are winners, you know, like this trade. I guess the one thing you could do is say, okay, I'm going to put a few of these on, and none of them are going to be more than a certain percentage of the account. maybe you could do it that way. But again, when you lose all of it. Like, there's no recovery. These are all earnings trades. And certainly wasn't winning more than I lost. Which sucks. Was this a roll? Covered call roll. So we're going to find good performers, we're going to find opportunity, and we're going to sell puts, or we are going to sell covered calls. I think those are and that's kind of what the strategy was from the beginning. And we're still going to work on TQQQ, we're still going to work on IBIT. We need something else that's moving. We need some kind of mega cap situation that can pay out over time, and see if we can build this back, because it's not really an option anymore to do this. We don't have the leeway to experiment anymore. But it would have been nice if it would have paid out. But if it would have paid out, then I would have done it again. Probably would have just ended up in the same situation later, like Terminator. Like, it would have worked the first time and then not the next times. I'll be real though, I think I might have won back here the money that I lost on Robinhood when I did the IPO. So, isn't that cute? I wonder how that'll keep doing. Yeah, GLD, that was a good trade. It might be worth trying that one again. So we'll write down GLD because that's still in an uptrend. So this was a vertical, sold the put vertical on gold. So we'll add that back to the list. Put vertical on GLD. Okay. This was a good one. Yeah, I think too, like the way that you set them up, like I had trades that were $600 and $400 losses. Well, none of the other trades were like that. They were like 100, 200, which the account can kind of absorb that. A $600 loss, no, it cannot do that. But it's the risk reward. It's like you put 600 in, you could have got 1,200 out. It just didn't happen that way. Sadly. And then the end result is this. Right. So where are we at on this month? I mean, not terrible. Because of the success we had up here. So we need to build this back better. This is a couple trades, maybe it's a week. If I'm somewhat aggressive on my puts, I mean, the win rate is still higher than the loss rate, but the losses are always bigger than wins. So, need to take sides on like what's working and go from there. Yeah, I mean, look down here at what's working. Covered call, covered short puts. Vertical rolls, covered, short call. These are all part of the same thing. Earnings, no bueno, friends. No bueno. Just for those strategies, what I'm doing, you know, that's the plug and chug though. I mean, those are adding up. He's killed me. Killed. So we'll focus on these strategies then. And buying stocks cheaper, and I have more buying power for that, so I think we do what we can. A lot of the big earnings are past, so let's go ahead and take a look at that right now. See if we can come up with any ideas. Is that the next thing in the agenda? Let's see. Look at my agenda. Related trades, takeaways, not a great weekly performance, unfortunately. But we'll go back down, focus on what worked, what's working, what was part of the actual plan. I don't think earnings, if you look at the plan, wasn't actually part of the plan. So, yeah, let's take a look at any ideas for earnings. Let's configure. Let's go up to like, I don't know, 250. How about that? This is what, 250 million? Let me look at my let's see. In here. $100 billion. So I'm looking at small caps and up. So 250 million up to the mega caps. Okay. Up by market cap. I got the big boys. I mean, the chart's undeniable on this. So this is a contender for like the covered call or whatever. Doesn't take up that much buying power for me. We might be thinking about that. Google, fundamentally, I just don't know. I don't really like their products. I guess I'm kind of jaded by that. But I guess their AI is good. I don't know. Energy companies, they should do better, but they're not. I am intrigued by healthcare, so anything in healthcare, I'm down. Coca-Cola, that might just be another one of those plug and chugs. I could just, I don't know how much juice is in those covered calls though. Probably get something better out of Amazon or Walmart. I think Walmart is nice because it does have weekly options. I think their earnings are this week though, so that'll have to be a play after earnings. Palantir, I'm intrigued by. At this point, I don't think they're going away. I'd like a pullback, but the only one you got was like the other day at 109, and it just skyrocketed to the moon after that too. But it'd be nice to get a little bit of a dip in Palantir before jumping in, but it is on the list. I guess for my charts, let me get my charts down here so I can add to my earnings watch list. Is Amazon on here? I don't think Amazon is. That in. Okay. Amazon's on. Let's keep looking. Palantir's on there. The Cisco chart's not bad. I mean, if it could continue its AI bonanza, not a bad chart. I'm also looking at GE. Oh, what was the other one? Cisco. All right, man. Oh, but on the buddy, regular basis. Yeah, like a little timer. He's new. Good boy. Alright, let's keep going. Wrong tab. There we go. I mean, these charts are all fantastic charts. This is not a fantastic chart. That's still making new lows. What was the issue here? Analyst downgrade. You know what, with them downgrades and these analysts, I don't know. Well, maybe, I mean, it's down significantly on the year. Like, kind of needs to stop making new lows. I think that would be the interesting that would be interesting. I'm not sure why this isn't high. I mean, I know there's some whatever with the weight loss drugs, but they still have the market on the weight loss drugs. Like, I mean, I guess if they have to negotiate the prices or whatever, but I don't really know why they're down. Qualcomm. I don't like it below its moving averages here. But it probably isn't going anywhere. AMD, man, this thing just can't get out of its own way. ARM. Got jaggies all over the place on this one. Is it in the list though? No, it is not. We'll add it. I think I have Novo Nordisk in here, do I? Throw it in. BO. Uber. Man, this thing is so hard to trade. I have kind of a mental block on Uber and how to trade Uber. Lots of volume though. Let's go ahead and just put it on the list so I can look at it later. Okay, let's keep going. Kind of like everything about Shopify. Like, let's put that on the list too. Super Bowl ad didn't help them very much. So Sony not traded very much. Applied Materials, Semiconductor play. Unilever. Okay. Kind of sold. It's like operates through. Okay, so it's online merchant processing. Okay. Gilead kind of went through the roof. I think that's on my list. Gilead on here. It is now. And then this is bought right back up again. Energy names, I don't know. Alternative asset as well as Miles Squib. Probably a good chart. I think that's a good chart. Cybersecurity. That's TNT. Let's go. You know, I'm down with maybe thinking about healthcare play, and then it's like there's all this buzz around like cybersecurity stuff, so maybe a cybersecurity play. Short interest on DoorDash. This thing is a beast. Unbelievable. Kind of unbelievable. Like, this thing is unbelievable. DoorDash is kind of unbelievable. Chipotle not so unbelievable. PayPal, it is up 31% on the year. And we're hitting a little dipsy doozy. Let's add this to the list. IPL. Couldn't lose this low. I covered calls in PayPal. That could be interesting. That could be an idea. Zoetis not doing well in the year. Sad. Like you want to buy it, but it's like charts like there's so many better charts out there. These are like your air conditioners and whatnot. Like this is going to be important in the future. Like come on people. Alright, Digital Realty Trust. Are we still buying all those data centers? I don't know. DLR. DLR. Alright. We gotta put net on there too. I don't know, man. 366 wow. There's a Bitcoin. Wow. That's crazy. Energy or utilities. Yeah. In the chart, it's only up. Okay. Kind of bouncing around the same level. This to me should be doing better. Like, this will be needed no matter what. Like, the whole building design, manufacturing, cooling. Not doing well. Wow. Into storage. Still think. To see if it makes new lows. I still think it's a buy. I knew DraftKings is kind of a buy. That's becoming more and more like the thing. That's on the list. Oh, this has just gone up and up since earnings. Am I out of SoFi? I don't think I'm out of SoFi. So if I get out of SoFi, I might get into a firm or both. I think I'll think about that. I don't know about Zillow. I don't really look at really how they make money. No. I think this is a buy on a pullback. In phase and I think it's alternative energy in phase. Oh, this isn't picking itself up. That thing never was able to get off. That needs to have its moment with its GLP-1. This one too. Yikes. I was playing that when it was $25. Huh. That would just be like a short squeeze. Marijuana stock pump. Let's go. They're down. Alternative energy is down. Peloton? Really? How are they still even around? Well, I know what I want to do. I have to decide on what vehicles I'll do it on. So that's the next decision to make. We'll still continue to manage our other positions, find other ways to play TQQQ. Right now it's an Iron Condor. I don't know if that's going to pan out. If we keep going up to all-time highs, might have to be rolling things. But we'll continue doing what we was doing before, selling those puts. So I have to find items to either sell cover calls, or we sell puts. That was working. And see if we can recover that. So it'll be down $400 in the month. See if we can get that at least back to zero by the end of the month. Be scratched on the month. That would make me happy. If we could do something like that without going too crazy on a play. Oh yeah, we could look at the news. Take a look at the news real quick. That's a layoff, so unemployment's going to go up. So unemployment goes up. Maybe that means that rates go down. Still, I don't know. Keep putting people out of work here. Mount McKinley is just a distraction for Mount inflation. Yeah, with tariffs, I don't think that helps the consumer. I just like what I've heard and like what it doesn't seem like it helps us in any way. Like, we don't have the infrastructure to manufacture everything we need. Get it from other places. And if we have tariffs on everything, it becomes more expensive for us. The consumer, taking your money away. Like, yeah, I don't know. Oh, jeez. I mean, a humanoid robot would be okay, but, like, really? Is that what people want? I don't know what people want. I think people want, like, cooler cameras and, like, you know, things that work. 'Cause, like, my Google phone, it does not, it, like, glitches all around. It's bad. I'm just letting people know that my Google phone is no bueno. I got my little DJI, I got my DJI camera. I got gifted a DJI Pocket 3, and that thing is superior to my Google phone. Okay? No, the Google Home's gonna get you. It's recording. Is it recording right now? All right. Nothing too crazy here yet. Plus the markets aren't really gonna open, so it's not like, you know, Trump doesn't have the news right now, so Wait, do I have it on here? It should just be on here. There we go. I think we just trade the, volatility. I'm not seeing anything too wild and crazy here on the news. But yeah, not the greatest week for me. We do have some ideas. I have to figure out how I want to play some of these ideas. I don't think I have that fully formed yet. Again, you don't want to think too hard. You want to think a little bit about stuff, but not too hard, because again, you have an idea. You have to have people come and meet your idea. Like, if no one shows up in the market for your idea, you got to move on to another idea. You can't take it too personal, I guess. When something doesn't go your way, because it's just people weren't there to meet it. So the market wasn't there to meet it. The market isn't excited about it. You know, and think maybe a little bit about what's the market rewarding right now? What's the market rewarding? You know, if we look at these winners, well, these winners are like cash cows. Like, there's no doubt about it. Where's my, is it? Like, where is it? That's the thing with trade ideas. That's the only tab that's up here. My other tabs. That one. This one. Oh, right here. So if we look at let's go to the month. Oh, year to date. Let's go year to date. Market cap. Gainers. So we're looking at Apple, Nvidia, Meta, TSM, JP Morgan, Oracle, Exxon, Netflix. Like, what do all these things have in common? This has a lot of cash. A lot of cash. I think that's the next thing. What do all these things have in common? What do they have in common? Lots of cash. 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 Lots of high profit margins. Lots of cash. High profit margins. Apple's almost like gold. It's like, I think people just put their money there because, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't know where else to put it in Apple. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be safe there. So thinking about what do all these things have in common, and then look for those things, but then also just kind of look here. So like, what's winning? You know, don't think about it too much, but like, what's actually winning? So I'll try to make some ideas out of that, what I want to do moving forward, and see if next week we can lessen that number. hole I got into this week. We'll see. But I think right now I'm going to take a break, and I'll come back with my short in the next few hours, and we will come up with some ideas about what trades to put on for Tuesday. So that's kind of where I'm at, and always remember, this is for educational, informational purposes only, not intended to be financial advice or recommendation. Trading is risky, as you saw today. It is risky, so do your own research. But with that said, have a safe and profitable trading week, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.